Hey everyone, welcome. Today we're diving into a strategy that can seriously transform how a growing company handles its finances. We're talking about outsourcing accounting to India. And look, this is way more than just about saving a few bucks. It's about unlocking a huge competitive advantage. So let's get right into it.
So, let me ask you something. Does it ever feel like your finance department is just treading water? Just trying to keep its head above the surface? If you're seeing signs that your current system is really feeling the strain, well, that could be the very thing holding back your growth.
Yeah, if that sounds familiar, you probably recognize these growing pains all too well. As a business gets bigger, it's just so easy for these little inefficiencies to creep in and pile up. Suddenly, reporting is delayed, costs are climbing, and your really skilled in-house team, they're getting totally bogged down in routine stuff instead of focusing on the big picture. And that's exactly where growth can just grind to a halt.
Okay, so what's the fix here? Well, it's not as simple as just hiring more people. It's about completely reimagining your entire finance function for where you're headed. And that is exactly what we're going to break down right now. The solution we're talking about is outsourced accounting, specifically tapping into the incredible talent and infrastructure that exists in India. You see, this move can turn your finance department from what's often just a cost center into a real dynamic engine for growth, one that's scalable, super efficient, and, yes, cost-effective. So, you might be wondering, how does this actually work in practice? Great question. Let's break down the 5 core advantages for U.S. businesses. We're going to see exactly how this model unlocks efficiencies, scalability, and that all-important focus. All right, first things first, and this is a big one. This is not about sacrificing quality. In fact, it's the complete opposite. The number one advantage is getting access to an absolutely incredible pool of highly skilled accounting professionals. I mean, the depth of expertise here is just wow. We're talking about a huge pool of qualified, certified accountants. And these aren't people you have to train up. They're already well-versed in U.S. GAAP, the generally accepted accounting principles that everyone in the U.S. uses for financial reporting. Plus, they're experts in tax compliance and can provide experienced audit support. This is serious high-level talent that's ready to go from day one. Okay, advantage number 2. This one is about the money, but it's so important to look at it the right way. This isn't just about slashing costs. No, it's about being cost-effective. It's a smart, strategic move that lets you reallocate your resources for the biggest possible impact. So let's put this side by side. It really makes it clear. On the left, you've got your typical in-house costs. You know the drill: full-time salaries, benefits, training, software licenses, all that stuff. But on the right, with the outsourced model, you transform all those fixed costs into a flexible advantage. Your overhead drops. You can scale your team up or down based on your actual workload. And you get top-notch quality without that heavy upfront investment. All right, let's talk about advantage number 3. And this one is absolutely crucial for any growing business: scalability and flexibility. I mean, think about it. Your business isn't static, right? It changes. So why should your finance team be stuck in a fixed size? This is really how you build a finance team that grows with you. We all know that business volumes have their own ebb and flow. Just think about the crunch at month end or the chaos during an audit. Instead of your internal team getting totally overwhelmed, the outsourced team can just dynamically scale up or down to meet that demand. This means you can handle those high volume periods seamlessly without having to go through the whole hassle and cost of hiring temp staff. Okay, advantage number 4 is a genuine game changer when it comes to making decisions. And it all comes down to one word: speed. When you streamline all that foundational accounting work, you get faster reporting and access to the kind of real-time insights that can actually guide your business. And here's why that's so important. When all that day-to-day stuff, the bookkeeping, the reconciliations, the compliance tasks, is handled with expert efficiency, your in-house leaders, your controller, your accounting manager, they are finally freed from being stuck in the weeds. They get the accurate financial data they need exactly when they need it. And that lets them make sharp, informed, strategic decisions way, way faster. And that leads us perfectly into our 5th and final advantage. And honestly, you could argue this is the most valuable one of all. It's about reclaiming your most precious resource: your team's focus. Think about it. By outsourcing all that routine work, you empower your in-house finance leaders to actually concentrate on the high-impact stuff: Suddenly, they can dedicate their time to long-term strategic planning, or driving new growth initiatives, or finding ways to boost profitability, or strengthening the company's financial controls. This is where they create real value for the business. Now, I know whenever this topic comes up, there are always a few common questions or concerns that pop into people's minds. So let's just tackle them head on, shall we? First up is a big one. Is this kind of thing only for the huge corporations? And the answer is a definite, clear no. Actually, it's often the small and mid-sized companies that see the most dramatic benefits. That access to top-tier talent and the ability to scale without massive overhead, it can really level the playing field and just pour fuel on your growth. Okay, next question. This is a big one. I get it. It's that fear that outsourcing means you're just giving up control over your company's finances. And that's just not how it works. Not at all. The best way to think about it is delegation, not abdication. You and your leadership team, you keep full strategic oversight and control. You're just handing off the routine, process-driven work to a team of experts so that you can focus on that big picture. And finally, a question that is, without a doubt, one of the most critical in this day and age. What about data security? You know, any professional, reputable outsourcing firm takes this incredibly seriously. It's their business. They use strict security protocols, high-level data encryption, and really robust standards to make sure all of your sensitive financial information is locked down and protected. It's not an afterthought. It's a core part of what they do. So to bring this all together, this quote really nails the essence of everything we've talked about today. It's a strategic shift. You're not just moving costs off your books. You're building a more efficient, more scalable financial engine. And this is the most important part. You're freeing your best people to actually drive the business forward.
So, I want to leave you with one final thought to chew on. Take a hard look at your own operations and really ask yourself this question. Is your finance function built for where your business is right now? Or is it built for where you're going next? Something to think about. Thanks so much for joining me.